Start streaming now.
We're getting jealous.
Oh, man. That's good. It'd be great to just like go to a brunch and just like read them.
Does it war rogs?
Tintin Quarantino.
Oh, it's just Bill Kill.
Bill Kill.
Bill
Yes.
Kill.
Full fiction.
Full fiction.
Django
I was gonna
Unchained.
say,
Wait, no. Sorry, not Django Unchained.
it's just Ango Junchained, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's just a funny.
Oh, it's Django.
Oh, Big Glorious Asterisk.
Yeah. That's a good one. Mightily. Incroyable.
Min says Prononoske.
Oh.
Yeah.
Irrited Spillane.
Irrited Spillane.
Nincess Prosecutor. Sorry, no, that's not persist. Vasica Valley of the Wind.
The Rind Wises.
Lord of the Lings.
Curtis is so unhappy.
Aw, no Wason Guerrero?
No, not at all.
Oh, God. Yeah, Wason Corum.
And Segrips.
Seg Grimson. Freeze! Grimson. Seg Grimson. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Wait. Bames John.
That's a good one. Yeah. Name's John. I have to text my sister. Because there's so many good ones.
Yo.
The fun never stops. Yeah.
Charlie Chaplin. Fuck.
Fuck.
Because.
Mean Darton.
Sank Frenaccia!
Dammy Davis Jr.
Sean Beadle.
Oh my god. Robert Rowney Jr.
Donnie Jeff.
Oh my god.
Weiss Witherspoon.
Whis. Really? Finite.
Chevy
Wow.
Chase. God damn it.
Aziz Ansari.
Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bill Belichick.
Bill Burr.
Ah.
Wow. Really? And who? What do you remember from last time? On the moon.
Got the fucking serial killer.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Finally
Cut his
killed him.
goddamn throat out.
Yep. What'd you find out about him?
He was just obsessed with Lady Eboshi. No. Lady... Eboshi's the...
Princess Mononoke. Okay, what?
yeah.
Lady. Ooh, Elena.
Lady
Yes.
Eboshi.
Lady Lulu.
Lady Eboshi.
Lady Lulu.
Elena?
Mm-hmm.
Lady Elena. Okay, yeah, he was obsessed with Lady Elena, got mad that other up-and-coming artists were singing songs they didn't write, boo-hoo. So he murdered a bunch of young girls and cut out their vocal cords and preserved them in jars. You know, the appropriate reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
As one
fair.
does.
Yeah. This is the law of equivalent exchange.
Edward Elric.
Uh,
But yeah, so he was pretty fucked up, and he cut out vocal cords and stored them. But you got him.
yeah. And then, I mean, that was a lot. You know, we like
Yeah, was planning it.
reassured the mother, told Jarl he's now happier. Went back to Zaldash. Now that I got the name right, it feels wrong. Like it feels like I'm saying the wrong name.
Because you kept saying.
Because I kept saying
Zathura.
Zathura, Xanathar.
Zildane. Something.
Xanathar.
What am I looking for this one? Okay. Yes. Yeah.
And he's gonna buy shit. He is buying shit from us. A bunch of good shit.
You had to actually like bring about the gold.
Yeah.
So he'd be ready to get it for you. But yeah, he said he'd buy it for you. He was gonna go send a message to Lady Elenia about all this, and see you in the morning. See if he has any jobs for you to do. Anything he's done. So you both wake up at the Hearthside Inn. Andre on the roof. Tashi in this.
In a bed where people sleep.
In a trap box.
You have a trap.
You know, he's calling the bed a trap
Oh,
box.
the trap. Yeah. Cats. Yeah, I guess cats
Only
don't
on,
really
only
sleep
on
in beds.
Thursdays.
Ooh. Special feature.
You have to pay extra.
What would you like to do as
Go
the
back
sun
to
rises?
sleep. The sun rises? Going back to sleep? Oh, I don't got shit to do. No serial killers to catch.
True.
Yeah.
True.
No, we should wake up. We went to bed at like a decent hour. Too. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
crazy. Like we went to bed at a reasonable. We went up later.
You guys didn't like stay out having fun, drinking.
No, we were really tired.
Yeah, you've had a pretty rough go of it the past few days.
Oh yeah.
But you've learned from your experiences and are now more intelligent and what'd you update? For your abilities for modifier.
Oh, +2 to dexterity.
And more nimble. More adaptable. Stronger. But actually, what are you going to do? Calisthenics.
Really quickly, I don't remember how much. I don't know if I how much money did I get from selling all that stuff to Zaldash?
You haven't sold yet. You have to get the money.
Oh,
like get the coins. He's going to sell it to you
got
in
it.
the morning.
Yeah,
You will see him. Yeah.
Yeah, we were compiling a list of what we want to sell.
He doesn't just have like sacks of gold in his office.
Surprise.
Honestly, yeah, if he just like opened one of his drawers and it was just like full of gold, I just would be like, yeah, cool, about right.
Be a little, just a wee bit odd.
Yeah.
But he's prepared enough. He can pay you.
Cool.
Easy A's.
Yeah, I mean, don't know.
Is there anything you want to do now that you've opened up? Like anything in particular? You're like, I really want to.
I don't have anything that I need to do, like, you know, character spell preparation wise. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
I like to do my calisthenics on my roof.
Mm-hmm.
As the sun rises, basking in the sun, stretching out the wings.
You're
Feels good.
still getting a +1 to your AC from your armor, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Just making sure. every
Oh,
time
I think my armor class goes up 1 because my dexterity modifier did fantastic.
mine went up 1 because of intelligence.
Oh yeah, you get that bonus.
Yeah, I do.
That's
Fucking
because
God.
of Battlesmith.
My AC being.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, my AC didn't go up. My spell save DC was what I was thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was like,
No.
That's
My
kinda
my
weird.
AC is 14 because I have a cloak of protection,
right.
and then it would normally be 12 plus or 11 plus 2 for my constitution, something like that, right? What is the calculation for AC?
Your AC is going to be it.
Depends what your armor is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like purely based on armor, and it's. I think it says like clothes, 10 plus dexterity.
Alright, well,
I think you gain proficiency. Oh, you don't get proficiency.
studded leather armor gives me.
Skitty-doo-doo, skitty-doo-doo. Playing the game. Oh, that's not all. Okay, it's back here. Chapter 5. Here we go. Yeah, I think no armor is just like 10 plus dexterity. Okay, you're doing stud leather armor or like a light armor?
Yeah, studded leather. So that's light armor.
Mine is
So I have my dexterity to
Leather armor.
12,
Okay.
and then plus 1 from the cloak, so 14. So 14's right.
Yep.
So studded leather armor gives me 12 plus dexterity modifier, which is 1, and then plus 1 from the cloak of protection. So 14. Which is what I'm at. I knew I was right, I just didn't know what.
Yes. You got it.
Math! Welcome to high
It's
school.
your attacks with magic weapons.
My attack with magic weapon scale with my intelligence.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the one with that. That also means that Andre's attacks went up as his dexterity went up.
Yeah.
that it did.
And my attack went up because my intelligence went up.
Yes. And his
My physical attack and my spells went up because of my intelligence. Like my spell attack modifier went up by 1.
oh yeah, your spell attack,
And
not your
my
non-magic
physical
weapon
attacks with magic weapons.
with magic weapons.
Yeah. My Warhammer's enchanted.
Right. That's what I said. Is that your attacks with magic weapons went up, and your spell attacks.
Yeah.
Yes. But if
All
you
my
just
weapons-
grab a dagger,
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna
It's
use.
not.
I'm not gonna use a weapon less magical than my Warhammer that's already magical. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like.
hey, what's going on?
Because
What
like if,
is
so,
your,
like if someone takes my Warhammer, I'm gonna just point blank range them with fire because don't miss. Like you know,
Pew pew.
you don't get a close range disadvantage with spells. You only do with a bow.
Right.
Why do I even fucking have a crossbow? Utility, I guess.
Yeah. If you do you have any attack cantrips?
Yeah,
Then yeah, you probably don't need
firebolt and beam, ray of frost, ray of frost,
Ray of Frost is a cantrip, yeah.
ray of frost and firebolt.
Yeah, then you kind of don't need a crossbow.
Yeah,
You can kind of just
right.
you could just wing it.
Yeah, one. They both do fire. One this 1d10 fire damage at 120 range. The other's 60 feet 1d8, but slows. So it's like
Yeah.
a utility attack, and a straight damage attack. No reason to have a crossbow, but also no reason not to have one. It doesn't sell for very
Just in
much.
cases.
For a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
So it's like cool.
Do you? How much money do you have?
Right now I have 78 gold.
Right. But soon.
I'm about to get whatever I sell
Oh.
to sell, which isn't going to be nearly as much as he has. Like he has so many more items he's selling, because all of my potions and scrolls are like really
Do
useful.
you know what he's selling?
No, but I'm only selling like 4 things.
You'll find out.
Oh, when you were looking back through your things, do I have the third bag of holding?
It looks like you do. I think I can't find the specifics because I watched the episode and we never exactly said
When we were
what we're giving up.
yeah,
We said the number of things.
when we were neither of us gave up bags of holding.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Then it's fine.
It was more about when we were stealing them. Did he say I take 2 bags of holding?
Oh.
Because he already had
Yeah.
1. But I just remember when we were stealing the stuff, it just being a fucking blur of words. Because you were just listing off shit, and because we really tell you. You were just listing off stuff, and we were typing down how many of those we wanted to take.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. No, I think there were 5 bags of holding between the two of you.
Yeah.
At this point.
Now we each have
Wow.
You selling? How much are they worth?
an amount of money.
You
I can
neither
just
of you
Google it. I can literally just Google it right now.
No,
I
you
don't know how
can't.
much it is.
Okay.
Because it's not going to be the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You actually haven't bought any magical items.
No. Yeah.
Nope.
And we have no idea what the scale pay
Find
scale
out.
compared to actual what.
There's
we're
a whole pricing tier list that I have for
Nice.
I assume basic magical items are way cheaper than they actually are in the book because they're way more common.
everything. What does the book have them at?
No idea. That's what I was gonna Google.
Oh. It's definitely.
But since I don't know, it doesn't matter.
I scaled it appropriate to the amount of magic in the world.
Yeah.
You go find out.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
My man.
Looking good.
Hungry for apples. Don't talk.
Wow. Edit that out. Oh fuck. Yeah.
What are you doing while he's doing calisthenics? Hitachi.
Hitting snooze. I'm just gonna lay there and enjoy the sunshine in the room. You know what I mean? Just.
What does your construct look like today?
Oh yeah.
Did you want to make any changes, or are you keeping it as a?
I'm gonna put him to the max height he can be at, and not as wide, a little more
Skinny.
Larry Bird.
Yes.
Because city movement and also height and looking height wise
Sentry.
would better.
Makes sense.
And it's not we don't really intimidate people that much, so it's not a big deal that he's terrifying. I can make him look like a giant fucking metal bear if I want, so which will be tomorrow.
Well, no, I think a bear is a large animal. It would be like a big dog or a big.
I can.
cat.
Well, the thing is, I can make him look like a bear. He'll just be medium sized.
Right.
So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but not a giant bear.
Right. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you have.
Make him look like a badger and call it Basil. Not Basil. The other fucking what was it called?
Oh God, I don't remember what they call the badger.
Yeah. Okay.
Sniffles.
Strawberry.
Sniffles the badger.
Strawberry the badger. It's a good name for badger.
It's called Honey. Honey the badger.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Bunny Hadger.
No, why do you stop? Oh, actually, that's a perfect segue into Snap.
Bunny Hadger.
Do. So you finished your calisthenics, and I think by this point you might have stopped snoozing. But you could just be still sitting there.
I'll just be awake.
Yeah.
Just being awake. Honestly, probably working on what Sentinel's gonna look like.
Yeah, drawing up some schematics.
Because technically it's instant, but why does it go take my time, work on them?
Craft a masterpiece.
Yeah, polishes steel.
The city outside you is coming to life. You can hear people throughout the streets heading to their days of work. Andre, you finished your calisthenics. What are you going to do?
Crawl in through Hitachi's window.
Nice.
Ah! It's a trap!
Yeah.
Hag?
Yeah.
What'd you call me? Off my lawn. I'll take you to a pocket.
What are you going to do as he crawls in through your window? You're
Oh.
in the middle of working on
Get
your
my shit ready to go.
Cool.
Gather all the items I plan on selling and have them in one bag of holding and all my other stuff in the other bags.
And your trash bag.
All that stuff's going in the trash bag. It's clean. I'll clean the trash. I'll clean the trash bag. That's what I'll do.
How do you clean it?
Oh, I don't fucking know. Can I just like put my hand inside of it and shoot like bolts of fire into it to like burn off all the shit that's inside? Or will that destroy a bag of holding?
I think that might destroy a bag.
I'm gonna not do that.
Yeah, because it's like a magical attack.
Alright, well then it's just dirty still.
Okay. Got some blood pooling in the bottom.
Solid amount of blood. I like pour out all the blood that I can.
Just onto the floor.
Into the street. No, into the
Oh,
street.
okay, into the street.
Yeah. Shit faced.
Yeah. Do you actually shout anything, or you just?
No, just pour it out.
Oh, okay. You hit someone.
Wait, hold on, I was gonna like check first.
Oh, okay.
So that I don't pour it on anyone. Yeah.
Okay. So you wait for a pause and then pour out the blood, and it falls through the bag of holding until it's just a slow trickle.
Great.
Yay!
Draining the blood sac.
Composting in D&D.
You know, both of those were gross. Alright.
Drain my blood sac.
Yeah.
After you drain your bag of holding, you
Yeah,
two
for Joel
are
Bloom.
ready to go. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
All dishes.
I'd like to go downstairs and go up to the bar for food.
Oh, yeah, that.
Ah,
I keep forgetting about food.
true.
I think because when we talk about it, it makes me hungry.
I mean, you could have snacks playing D&D.
I could. I don't feel like eating when like I'm talking a lot.
That's true. It's like with only three of us, we're all talking all the
Yeah.
time. So normally you could like. Yes. Do you wanna? Are you gonna do the like? I'm with him. Like last time, you were like, if I don't say anything, I'm with him.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll also go down and get breakfast.
Nice. You guys are welcome to some nice warm toasty bread and a little bit of bacon today.
Oh, nice.
Mm. And actually a little bit of mashed potatoes.
Is there butter?
Cheesy.
Okay, I don't want to eat mashed potatoes for breakfast because I'm. How cheesy?
Like cheesy. Like instead
Wait.
of eggs, it's mashed potatoes with
Okay.
like cheese.
Oh, okay. I get
Yeah.
that. With bacon on
It's-
bread. Okay. With
Yeah.
a little sandwich. Okay.
It's like they're trying to make cheesy grits, but they don't have
Yeah.
grits.
I'm gonna grab
Yes?
a pot full of bacon and just nip on the bacon.
Only don't fucking bacon. Save some bacon for the rest of us.
It's quite tasty. Yeah, it reminds you of your time back in Stettin. The Toothy Traveler Tavern.
I like that tavern. It was a good time. You know who I miss?
Yeah.
Various. I miss
Yeah.
Various. I love Various. What do you mean, really?
You guys
That,
hated him.
that
He almost
dumbass
died.
saved our lives.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
that dumbass tanked for us. He was nice.
He was, but you left him.
We
You
did.
abandoned him.
Yeah, because he wasn't gonna agree with the shit we're about to do.
Yeah, probably not. He was
Yeah.
a good guy.
Yeah, he was,
He was
like,
like a folk hero.
yeah, he was like a. What? He was after we were done with him.
Yeah. he just partied a little too hard.
Yeah, well, he also worked hard.
He did
Work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
Various.
Various the broker. Work hard, play hard.
There we go.
That's the title now. He's gonna work on. There's definitely a street that could be the equivalent of Wall Street.
The Merchants Guild.
The Merchants Guild. Probably like
You know, trading.
yeah. I guess there's no street there that I've thought of yet, but it could exist. Haha. D&D Wall Street. Investing in magical weapons. Or something. Anyways, you
Made
finish
off
your
Boulevard.
breakfasts. Murney Badoff.
Ponzi Road.
What's Ponzi, Dad?
What?
What's Ponzi? The kid asks in the street.
Something bad.
Ancient, an ancient demon. Why we name a street after him? I don't know.
So we remember.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. I wanted to say it. Anyways.
I forgot which one a Ponzi scheme was. Wait, did Bernie Madoff run Ponzi schemes?
Yes.
Okay, I know what a Ponzi scheme is.
Yeah. Just took money.
Yeah.
Awesome. You finished your breakfast.
Thank you.
Yum yum yum. You're full.
Ready?
Ready for a day.
I'm ready for Zaldash. Do you want to go to Zaldash?
Yep.
To Zaldash.
All right. You make your way to the Merchants Guild through the throngs of people in the streets, and you can hear the.
When we're in the Merchants Guild, can we like look for the little gnome boy? That
Yes.
we gave 5 gold to?
Yes, you can.
Cool.
When you get to the Merchants Guild, as you're looking around on the first floor, you can see Gorgo like flitting around, trying to get messages from people or just trying to get money in his classic like million side hustle way.
Gorgo!
Yes. Oh, it's you. Did you find him?
Yeah, thanks to you, we stopped a serial killer from murdering a bunch of little girls.
Well, thanks to you, I had a lot of razor wine last night. Woohoo!
Okay, one of the. Okay.
I like you, Gorgo.
Yeah.
Thanks, little friend, and bigger friend, and biggest friend. Do you need something today? More money?
No, I just wanted to tell you
Things?
about the good you did.
Ah, Gorgo always does good.
Okay. Goodbye.
If we need to
Goodbye.
find you, Gorgo, where's the best place to find a flitting maniac such as yourself?
Well, I'm here every day of the week.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, gotta make the money.
But when do you have time to spend it?
At night.
When do you sleep?
What sleep?
What's sleep?
God damn
What's sleep?
it. So we need to invent meth,
I think he might have already admitted
and
it.
then he'll just disappear.
Are you gonna...
Gorgo has a special way to get off the astral plane.
Like half the drugs, like LSD takes you to the astral plane too, but like just as like a mind thing. And meth, you just move so fast, you just like break through the plane.
Yeah. Well, then you go to the...
Cocaine, you punch the wall and the plane appears.
Oh my god. Well, I'm off on my way.
Goodbye.
Runs out the door with a message in hand. Running off to deliver.
Cool beans.
The rest of the people are a little more lethargic. It's early in the morning, but like still going about their day. You see the linen-clad merchants, the smaller couriers running to and fro.
I like to just go up the stairs.
Yeah.
Was Mala there last time?
No, Mala went home early.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. He's gonna be mad.
I like to walk up to the door and just try and push it open.
It opens, and you walk in, and Mala is in the middle of talking with Zeldish. They're just like talking about things. He's like taking some orders and like writing some stuff down. And he turns over and goes, "Ugh. These
Did
ones."
we make him go get fish?
Yeah.
Hey buddy. How was the fish market?
I don't want to talk about it.
Alright.
Horrendous.
That good, huh?
Waste of my time.
Is it?
Anyways,
What was
sir,
it?
I'll be going and get these done. And he rolls up his little piece of parchment and walks out the door and just like blanks both of you.
I like to just have this giant shit-eating grin on my face as well.
I was considering having the sentinel do the thing where he like blocks his path and they both sidestep back and forth. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
He started it. He was a dick first.
You were unannounced and not on the schedule. But yeah. I guess he could have been nicer. But he wasn't.
Yeah.
So, mwop mwop.
That's what he gets for doing his job.
There we go.
That's reasonable.
What
Zaldash is behind his desk, just clearing some things out of the way. Beckons you to sit.
Hey, Boo.
What's a boo?
Go back. We have items. If you're still up for it, we have
yes.
items that you wanna.
Show me what you got. And
I just like unload my sundry items I plan on selling.
He starts like looking through them and writing down notes, all of them. Then he goes, okay, so, and this time he actually reaches into a desk with his prepared. And he like moves some things around, and then pulls out. Oh, we don't have actual like sacks. 2 sacks of gold for the 2 of you. You're still selling him the dagger, just the.
Yeah, if I can. Yeah, I mean like.
Yep. So he actually I'm gonna need these back.
Yeah.
It was for theatrical effect. Gosh.
It was received well. My feet liked the vibration.
Feels good. Which one is this? So, you 2 get your sacks. Tatashi, yours is 902 gold pieces.
Oh, math.
Andre, yours is 658. So, you 2 pulled out your items. You actually want to tell each other what you ended up selling?
Yeah, what did you?
Like
I
generally high
deleted
level.
mine off the list already.
Oh.
So I think that it's because my cloak of Elvenkind was worth a lot. I think that was the big one. Because you kept your cloak of Elvenkind.
Oh yeah.
But I have
That
a cloak.
thing is really
But I have a
good.
cloak of protection, which I'd rather have cloak of protection than cloak of Elvenkind because I'm tanking, not stealthing. So it was like, okay, we'll sell that one. And I was like, I should sell it because if it's worth a lot, which I think it is, then the magic item I buy with it that can help me out a lot would be really good.
Truth.
I sold some flasks of oil and
Some potions.
a drift globe.
Yeah. So
Was the drift globe as big as the cloak? The cloak's got to be the number one item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cloak was the big item. That was
Like
the big
400 gold probably, or something ridiculous like that.
No. Do you actually want to ask Zeldish like how much everything's selling for?
Yeah, if he doesn't mind.
Yeah. So he was. I guess. Right. You haven't bought anything. It's probably good
Yeah,
for
we
you to
just
know.
don't know the market price of
Yes.
things. And if we're about to go, we're like literally about to go to look at magic items. So we'd love to get some frame of reference on how much things should be
Yes.
worth.
He pulls out. I don't have the exact list prepared, but he pulls out like a small guide for you that shows. Scrolls are a very specific tiered list where a cantrip scroll is. And I can send this to both you two. You don't have to like write it all down right now.
Sweet.
Okay.
You can ask again, but like scrolls start at 12 gold pieces for cantrip scroll.
Okay.
In general, you can buy up to level 3. So cantrip to level 2, anyone can use them. Doesn't matter your class, or your level, or anything.
Right.
Level 3 scrolls, it has to be a spell your class can cast. You can be any level. And those scrolls are, level 3 scrolls are 560 gold pieces a scroll. So,
Wow.
I mean, they're really good. But,
We didn't have any though. Like that, we didn't have any of those, right?
no.
Okay.
You have a level 1 scroll.
Yeah.
Was the highest you had.
Yeah.
So a level 1 scroll sells for 50 gold pieces. So like fairly easy to pick up a few of those. Just like have them ready. Level 2 is 285 gold pieces. So it starts going up
Nice.
quickly.
Actually.
On Zaldish's list, it does not say, this is like a general guide for commerce in the city. It does not have level 4 scrolls.
Because those are
And-
special
yeah.
commission things, right?
Correct.
Like we could go buy one of them with our permission.
Yeah, it says like C certified magic shops.
Right. Okay.
So you need to like know where to get those,
Yeah.
like be told where that is. Most smaller magic items, especially the like small potions of healing and things like drift globes range from about 50 to 100 gold pieces. All of the +1, like light armor, light medium armor, and weapons, and like some of the smaller magical items are about
+1
200.
ones.
Yeah, +1 things, and a decent amount of like the bigger potions and ointments and all that are about 200 gold pieces, and then some of the more specific things like mithril armor, like level 1 mithril armor, is like 400, 450 gold pieces.
Did I sell you the potions of water breathing?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
So potions of water breathing, I believe, are 200 gold pieces.
Okay, cool.
So you both sold those, and those like helped both of you a lot.
Yeah,
Significantly.
yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, those are pretty useful. Those are like high class magic items. But like the potions of healing are about like 50 gold pieces.
Right.
Beyond that, you need the special permission that Zaldesh is going to give you. And he turns over those like small sheets of paper that basically say like permission to purchase items of like this of high class. And it doesn't give you the item. It just gives you the right to purchase it.
Right.
Yeah. And he tells you that they're probably going to cost. Oh, what? I thought I had this written down. Okay. They're going to cost a lot. They're going to be like starting at around 600 gold pieces, ranging up to 1,000, 1,200.
Okay.
But those are going to be your like heavy hitters. I believe that's like weapons +2. Let me see. Yeah. So that's like ammunition +2. Like necklace of fireballs is going to be at the top of that.
Sorry, what?
Necklace of fireballs is going to be closing in on 1,000 gold pieces.
What would that be?
A necklace that. I'll read the description. Because it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Necklace of fireballs. It has a number of beads hanging from it. You can use an action to detach a bead and throw it 60 feet. At the end of its trajectory, it detonates as a 3rd level fireball spell. You can hurl multiple beads or even the whole necklace as an action. And for every bead beyond the first, you increase the level of fireball by 1.
But you can't get more beats. And they don't
Right.
regenerate.
Right.
It's just
There's
a
only a
bunch
set
of
number of
scrolls.
beads. Yeah.
That means I like it, but I won't buy it.
Yeah. That would be like
I'll steal it.
all of your money.
Yeah. On combat that I haven't had an issue with yet. Like,
Like, oh, okay. Yeah, so +2 weapons and +1 heavy armor and +2 light armor are going to be the kind of things that you could buy
okay.
with this writ. But those are going to be like, yeah, a lot of money. But you have the option.
Yeah.
Any more commerce questions?
How much does he know about land acquisition?
Well, most of the land is technically owned by the nobility.
Right.
The highest level, the city is owned by the Aurelian dynasty, the top noble family.
Right.
And then from there, they have different levels of landlords and people governing different areas of the city. What area of land are you looking for? There are 5 major noble families that cover most of the land in the surrounding area.
Which are called.
He gives you a short. How much detail do you want on the nobility? Like their names and their regions, or like the people? Like how much? Because I got a whole
The
bunch.
names of the families,
Yes.
what the families are interested in, what the areas the families they control, and the names of the people in charge of each of the families.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
That's okay. I have all of
This
this.
is it's a great time. It's a great opportunity.
Nobility. Okay, so the 5 most powerful families, which normally have the most sway in the noble council, are first the Aurelian dynasty, all human. They own the entire city. They helped found the city. Their original, like, patriarch, Ultin Aurelia. Their current leader is Ostar Actitius Aurelia, 22nd of his name. He received the middle name Actitius for funding and overseeing the improvement of trade routes throughout pretty much the world. So he's a very, very powerful man. And he has a wife and kids, if you want their names. And
no, I'm gonna stick with just the
Just the heads?
Yeah, the heads.
cool.
Because otherwise, this could just go on for like the entire session.
Yeah. It would take a good like 15 minutes to go through all of this. I could go pretty fast.
Yeah, we need to take notes.
Yes. So the second house is the House of Kalestan, also human. An offshoot of them is the House of Capuchin, which there's an entire town they run.
Like the monkey?
No, that's
Capuchin?
Capuchin.
What'd you say?
Capuchin, like Gerard Capuchin,
Capuchin.
like Capashen. They control the southeastern Cherokee. So basically, this will be cool for you to hear too. I just told them about the number
Me?
one, the
Yeah,
coolest
fucking
kids in
kids,
school. So like most of what's south and east of the Aurelian Way over here is what they own. They are also all human. Their current leader is about to retire, Peleus Kalestan, and his son Ristrin is about to leave. He seems like a fairly
Listrin?
A fairly.
fairly competent leader.
I was gonna. All I was gonna ask was like, how is he?
No, he's been vetted. Like people think he's good.
Is it like super reassuring to anyone else when they know that like fake land in a fake place is getting taken over by a fake but pretty good person?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's nice. Those people will be happy.
I mean, like, honestly, these like the level that these noble families are at, they're more like celebrities that technically own the land, and like have lesser nobility that actually runs it for them. And they're just
Okay,
like,
so it's not like that weird 40-year period where like the shogunate were like reporting to the emperor.
right, and there's no like one leader because the nobles have a council.
It's not the family.
What?
It's not the family of elves.
No, this
Bro.
is the humans. This is the
This
city
is
we're in.
Erelon. So
Oh wait, who's the
Everyone
people who
and
own
the Cherokee.
all that land? What's the family name?
Which land? All the land.
All of it. Who's in charge of all those different noble families?
No one is in charge of all those noble families.
Okay. Who's in charge of the Who's in charge of the Razor Marshes?
We're getting yeah.
And do the elf boys have anything to do with it?
No, we're in a different area.
Alios, so you guys are down here in the Cherokee.
Okay.
Alios is from here. His family owns like this area
Got it.
and rules pretty much all of this band.
Okay. What's north of that?
That would be the Denodire. That's where you're from. You might be from. You're definitely from there. And
Where I'm from got
Yeah.
got denied, so
well, because you were trying to be outside of an ocean, and there's
Yeah.
no ocean. We decided you were on a lake, so your lake could be like anywhere.
right, okay.
And like you and I can talk about this more,
Totally fine.
where you want to be from. But this is like perfect weather, beautiful grassland, and rolling hills. This is like forest, pure forest, and like huge, massive trees.
Wait.
This is basically desert. Like you
Okay.
can, it rains occasionally, but it's honestly like probably the least inhabited. And this is,
Tundra.
it's not all tundra. It's mostly tundra, like way up here, and it fades into the frozen north, where like you can't. If you walk into it, you die. But it's more like Canada, where it's like quite nice, and it's not freezing all year round, but it definitely gets colder. Like it has varying. It actually varies with the seasons, unlike the Shirakiri, where it's just like the whole time.
Fucking degens, eh?
Fucking degens.
Okay, cool. Back
So
to
you
the
guys
fans.
are way back down here, and then you zoom in to over here.
Right.
So the Aurelian dynasty rules like this.
Do we know anyone who's like from the Aurelian dynasty?
You have not met any
Okay.
nobles, as far as you know.
Yo, if that fucking messenger dude we killed in the street was a noble. Jake's like, he is now.
Aldrian?
What?
Aldrian?
Yeah,
Aldrian.
Hadrian.
Yeah.
Hadrian Aurelian.
Yeah, you could be.
He's,
I've had this ready for so many sessions. Finally get to it. Okay, that's Khalistan. Next is the House of Lyria. They control most of the northeast of the Shirakiri. They are half-elf, and it's rumored that their ancestors were elves that mixed with the Aurelian bloodline. So like
What
elves
elves?
from,
but like the Nova elves?
yes,
So like the
from Lewandal.
but that family?
Right.
What's their
That
family?
like initial part is a little fuzzy, but they have like risen to power because they're incredibly magically talented.
Got it.
The members of their house often spend a decent amount of time in the Mages Council. Normally they're not high counselors, but occasionally they'll be in the Magistrium. There'll be like someone from the House of Lyria in there.
Right.
Everyone in the family, at the very least, receives magical training in the schools at the Mages Council,
Right.
specifically for this family. Like the other families, if they are like magically inclined, maybe.
Got it.
But this house is strictly, that's their thing.
Like
The current,
the Kennedys of magic.
yeah, the current matriarch is Quetre Lirio. She shares her power as much as she can with her 3 offspring.
Cool.
There's only 5 families,
Yeah.
not 3.
Those two.
So those 3 are the most powerful. Like Aurelia, the Aurelians, House of Lyria, House of Khalistan. The next 2 houses, the Rindras, another half-elf house, but less magically powerful. They govern the northwestern area, so above the Razor March.
Right.
They're governing close to.
Are you purposefully saving the Razor March area for last? So we all pay attention.
Yes. No, they're written in that order too.
Gotcha.
They mostly deal with shipping along the river and a lot of wood production. They're actually the parents died on the Carrind in an accident many years ago. So actually 2 siblings rule in tandem, Firiel and Tilium.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Is it brother and sister?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
What were the names again?
Tyrion and Philion.
No. Firiel and Tilium.
That's
It
pretty
was
close.
close,
Felix.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was close. For hearing it the first time, it was very close. And
Getting
then,
better.
least powerful of the noble houses, the Poltos. Yeah, they're still powerful. They're just like compared to the other 4.
Right.
They're all human. They govern the southwestern province, including the Razor March and the Ovenwald. So because of those, they actually feel like they have less land because they can't really control either of those like high magic areas. So
what?
they actually what? High magic
So
areas.
the Razor March is a high magic area.
Yes. So they actually deal with a lot of the production and selling of razor wine. They're currently led by 2 elders but they're very old and like they're barely able to lead anymore. Nostro and Naira. And so there's actually like a bidding war between their two daughters to see who's going to be the next successor.
Who's about to multi-class in the bar?
Seduce the both those guys.
Like, telling the story of this game to like anyone who's not us is like, yeah, I built this entire world, and one of my characters just wants to become a liquor distiller in a shitty marsh. And he's gonna
It's not a marsh.
seduce one of the oh, march. It's so.
No.
Ugh.
That's the point. Da-da-da. Not really the point, but like, it's different. You gotta think about it. So that's all the details that Zaldish gives you on the noble families of the
Sure.
Shire.
I feel bad that he just like has to just like talk about history for like. If he's so busy, I really appreciate how much time he's spending with us just talking about shit.
You should convey that in character.
Hey,
Yes.
I'm really appreciative of how much time you spend teaching us, Jesus fuck, about like the history and the nobility of this area. Is something wrong with your pencil?
Yes.
Get a different pencil, is all that. How many pencils do you have?
I have 1,000,000 pencils.
Got it. Makes sense.
He goes. Pure.
Fresh.
He goes, not at all. It's not too much time out of my day, and if you are going to continue working for me, I prefer you actually know some things about the city. And I hope that you can help me out as I help you out.
Yeah, speaking of,
Mutually beneficial relationships.
Yes.
did you think of a job you wanted us to do?
I did. I have a few updates for you. Related to the job, I spoke to Jarl, the man you've been working with the guards, and he told me about the body and its state and how it had been cut on the side and extracted vocal cords. And I feel like you might be able to help me with this particular mission.
That's a really.
I think that
We've
gotten to know each other well
up, like intro to the mission. He says,
I saw how you dismembered this person. You
Yeah.
could probably do this.
I saw how cool you were with torture and murder. So, along those lines,
I have another subordinate that I've given this task to, but he... I have not received word from him in a while. I don't know if he's fled the city or if he's potentially dead.
classic murdered person, right? Not responding to texts.
But this is
Ghosting.
also, this is again a favor to me, but not so much for the people. Well, I think it's for the people because I think I will be better at this job
Oh damn!
than the person that you're going
It's
to
an
be talking to.
assassination.
And he like pulls out his amulet of proof against detection and like activates it to make sure that no one's listening. Goes and checks the door and like waves a hand over it. And it has like a slight glisten on it. And then he comes back. Ooh.
I have that amulet too.
I did this. This is crooked. He sits down and says, I would like to have more responsibility
Right.
in this part of town. Especially in the dock works and in the warehouse district to our south. So, I would like you to remove a specific person who currently is running these operations so that I can take over. What are your thoughts on that?
I guess I mean
Who is this person?
person change whether or not you're doing this job.
We like names.
So you're ready to take this on.
Okay, you could not tell me who the person's name is until we actively engage in it. But how long have you not heard from this first person you sent to do this?
Only a few days. But you've just done this other intense favor for me, and the manner in which you did it makes me think you're well suited to this. This reward will be significantly more than what you just received, because this is going to directly influence how much I can do and how my operations are run. I can give you all the details once you officially accept it. You're certainly not beholden to this until you accept it and I give you the details. And I expect
how free from criminal repercussions will we be?
And to what extent?
completely, unless it might be difficult if you get caught by the Dawn Guard. It'd be highly unlikely for them to be down here. They almost never come here. But, I mean, first of all, you know Jarl in the guards, and between myself and Jarl, if you get arrested by the guards, I think you'd be able to make it out of it pretty
Is Jarl on board with this operation?
Well, Jarl does not know about this, and I have no intention of telling him.
I assume that killing a guard would make it much harder to get out.
Very much so.
Okay.
Yes.
So just him.
Well,
And
killing
maybe-
a guard and getting caught.
Right, but if we kill him and a guard and run, but they like have a description of us because there were witnesses, you're always gonna know it's us and that we killed the guard.
Unless we change our hat of disguises.
Right.
Yeah, well, it's still gonna be big
What?
fucking metal monster and a big guy in a small guy.
I mean, based on my conversation with him, he seems to have a very strong fondness for both of you.
Yeah,
So I think if there's
he wasn't
any-
gonna catch fucking
yeah.
that Cerator, so
If there's any doubt in any accusations, I think he would take your side, and I would as well.
what is the jury system like here? What is the trial system like?
On this kind of crime, you would probably be reporting to a lesser court. Some lesser nobles, maybe an introductory lower level Dawn Guard sitting on the jury. But you would most definitely be in
Well, it's not a jury, it's
The-
a panel of nobles.
the central courthouse.
So a group of like elite people determine our fate.
Correct.
Okay.
Minor elites.
But like but it's not a jury of your peers. It's like a council
Oh.
of fate of
No.
Okay. So you're
No
appealing
jury
to
elites.
a council.
Correct.
Do they just pick yes or no? Is it a
You-
majority? If there's if there's 9 of them, and 5 of them think you're guilty, are you guilty?
Yes.
So it's a majority rule system for every crime.
Yes.
And once you're determined guilty, who determines? Is there a set? Sorry. Is
Yeah.
like how then do they
The
decide
sentence-
the sentence?
Once
do
you
those who
determine
voted you guilty determine the sentence?
they work with the ones who determined you not guilty to find a reasonable sentence.
Is there a benchmark for different crimes on what is normally done? Or is
I
everything
think in
way
general, I
different?
don't think it's. They follow general rules, but there's no specific this
There's no minimum
crime
sentence.
this time. Yeah,
Okay.
this crime this time.
Okay.
But I would be doing as much as I can to keep you out of that,
Right.
and especially if you are successful, I will do everything I can to prevent any link from you to the crime.
We heard that there was we heard that the last series of murders that we dealt with was about to be handed over to the Dawn Guard. Are there any other cases in the area that they're currently dealing with?
Oh, I'm sure there are, but I'm not paying attention to those. That case was strictly because my friend Vala had been directly affected, and her daughter Vilia. I normally don't wrap myself up in those kind of cases.
That's understandable. I'm just curious how many Dawn Guard are probably going to be in the area.
Like I said, not many. they tend to avoid the southern slums unless they absolutely need to. And you two can remember, like, you've seen almost no Dawnguard. Like, maybe some in the distance to the north on the Current's Passage, but
Got it.
I mean, does this guy live in Dawnguard?
What?
Sorry, does this guy live in the slums?
yes.
The,
Well, at the very
leader
edge of the slums.
Okay. Do you
It's
know
close by,
a
actually.
lot about his like daily movements and stuff?
A decent amount. I know where he lives.
That's a
I know
lot.
some of the places that he might be going, but part of this is you're actually going to have to find
Oh, yeah.
like where he's going to be at certain times.
I
But
know where he
where
lives.
I know where he lives.
That's pretty much all we really need. We'll murder him in his home.
So, thoughts?
Fuck it.
This is your final yes or no.
I'd rather have Zaldish like come to more power, and we are the ones who put him there, than not kill somebody.
Yeah, fuck it, let's make Zaldosh the High Counselor.
Yeah, I'm fully prepared to get this.
Oh, I don't want to be the High Counselor. No,
Yeah,
not at all.
he wants to be a
But
shadow ruler
yes,
of like the
I-
south.
Yes, the Shadow Ruler. That's a good name.
This was mind blink. Can you keep your mind the fuck out of it?
Okay. Out of character, yes.
At this point, I assume Zaldish knows that we can mind link because we just stare at each other and like nod and like and stuff for like.
Yeah, he's probably asked about it in the past.
I mean, because I kind of assume he knows that I'm not human.
Yeah, he kind of gathered that.
Yeah. I'm just so goddamn pretty.
You shimmer in the light.
Alright, yeah, who's the person?
You're on board as well, Andre Epitashi. Ready to assassinate someone? All right.
Other than that, Mrs.
So-
Lincoln, how was the play?
The person that I need out of my way
Out of my way.
is Halden,
Halden.
the main landlord of the entire southern slums in the west. He's one of the three main landowners
Called in the whole
underneath
field.
nobles. What?
Called in the whole field.
Halden Holyfield. Yep. Halden oh.
Like from the Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holden.
One of three main landlords in the slums.
Yes. And you two have heard mention of other ones. Gorgo told you about Guvil, who's the one in the center, and Prilto, who rules the east. Essentially rules. Like, they are the ones that impose the high, like, rent prices, taxes, and keep the people.
So I
Right.
really quickly just wrote down Praetor, Uvin, Gothor, and Upcheck.
Love it.
Right.
I don't think those are actually how they're pronounced.
Not their
but-
names.
Praetor. Ugin.
Yeah, Uvin.
Oh, Ugin. You should
Yeah.
Ugin.
So Halden
Ooh.
is...
But Gothor is not one of the slumlords, is he? I thought he was the, like, person from the gang we met. Oh, that's Gorag.
Yep.
Oh, okay. And G names are confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so one of the three main landlords.
Said
in the
Greg.
There's a
slums.
lot of... There's a lot of... What'd you say?
He's one of the main three landlords in the slums.
It's one of the main three. His house is actually not really close to the Merchant's Guild. He's at the northern edge of the slums, close enough that he can oversee his territory, but he doesn't really enjoy living there. He previously, before he became the essentially ruler of this area, was an adventurer and still maintains a decent amount of combat experience and ability, but you know, he's had years and years of fine foods and booze and lounging about, so he's probably not as strong as he used to be.
Do you know what kind of...
Adventurer he was.
A
Yeah.
fighter. Primarily focused in campaigns in the Denodire, which is the desert area. He normally has a few bodyguards as well, just local thugs that he's trained and gotten to help him out when he's shaking down different businesses and making sure he gets his rent.
Do those thugs return to his house with him?
Most of the time, yes, they'll stand guard outside his place and take a watch
While he's there?
while he's there.
When he's not there, what happens?
They
go
walk with him, yes. Most of the time,
no
they
one guarding his house when he's not there.
I haven't checked. It's something you could probably look. Sounds like a good idea. I expect there's no one there. But fair warning, most people that have this kind of money will have some kind of ward and alarm system on their house that they set up.
Like the magic shop.
Yes.
Okay.
What are the areas he frequents?
So, since he is running the western part, during most of the day, he spends his time shaking down the businesses and the warehouse owners. Where is the map? Show the map. In the River Ward and the Warehouse District. He's tried to do a bit in the Courier's Quarters, and he still technically owns a decent amount of the land there, but I've been expanding. That's why I want this area to be under my control instead of him. After most of the day of getting this money, he tends to frequent a few different bars. I'm not sure which ones he goes to the most, but they're always bars in the northern part of the slums. They're between the River Ward and the Courier District. He is rather, I would call him a violent drunk. His thugs moderately keep him in check when they're not joining in on his little tirades. Overall, I think he's the most dangerous of the landlords, specifically in how he treats the people. So between my own power and some, what do you call it, sense of humanity, I've determined he is the most fit to be removed and replaced. How you do this is up to you. Try not to draw too much attention to yourselves. There's also, I technically don't have a time limit on this, but haste is appreciated. We also have the festival coming up in 6 days, so whether you want to do this during the festival, before, is up to you. Because besides this, I have, I didn't write it out, but I have an invitation for you. And he hands you a very fancy envelope sealed with red wax.
What does it say?
Oh, I don't know, you have to open it.
I open it.
In beautiful cursive
I
script
burn it.
is a thank you from Lady Elenia and an invitation to visit her at her house to talk about what happened. She specifically in the writing says, I would very much like you to come and visit and to talk to you about this horrible encounter.
Is there a day and time on it, or just whenever you want?
Whenever you see fit.
Okay. Yeah.
Preferably in the next few days.
Yeah. That's what we're doing.
Ho ho! Alright, well,
yeah.
thank you, gentlemen, for these items and for taking this quest on. When you see Lady Elenia, tell her I say hello, and that I will be at the next concert.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else that I can do for you as you do these things for me?
It's jokes. front row at the concert, also known for a pervert like him, the nosebleeds.
Nice.
Right?
But
because normally the nosebleeds are so high, the altitude makes your nose bleed. But
yeah.
he's a pervert, so he's up close, so his nosebleeds because he's looking at her, like in anime.
Oh, the dead guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's all that.
Zaldis isn't a pervert.
He wants her. Just like Tilly will say,
Oh,
hi,
okay.
I'll be here next time. It's fine.
Yep.
It's a joke. I said it was a reach. I said a joke was a reach.
It was a reach. I was like, he's never shown anything like this. Like, what? Zaldis doesn't do that.
Who, before we leave,
Before we leave,
who are the people that Halden trusts, and who are the people he spends time with that aren't his guards?
Pretty much no one.
is he
No
attractive?
frequent. He's rugged, but years of adventuring and drinking have left him a little weary.
I guess, like, how suspicious would he be if, like, women bought him drinks?
Oh, not at all. He'd love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, do you have any poison?
Not on me, but I can procure it.
I'm just saying, like, we, disguise as women, try and poison him in a bar, 1,000 more can kill him in this fucking house.
I want to put my hat of disguise on your construct and make him look like a woman.
Yeah, I know. I can make him
Hello.
look like.
Do you want a drink?
I can do that in a way. So what I can do.
I'm proficient with my disguise kit. I'll disguise him. Let's fucking go.
Well, no. So what I can do is I can make him like the shape of a woman with a full face and everything, and then I can use one of the artificer abilities to like basically just use a surface illusion on his whole body of like a woman, and then I can have like 3 stones just like on his back with the different pre-recorded lines.
You making a Tinder bot in D&D?
Yeah, he is.
Then when I push the buttons, she says
Hey,
things,
sexy.
and she can just be like the quiet, like shy one.
Fantastic.
That's a reasonable plan.
You're so cold.
You like it?
I'm just nervous.
Yes, he
So-
definitely has a fondness for women, though he keeps no single one around.
Yeah, well, we got
So he
3.
has no people that he frequently spends time with aside from his bodyguards, or even occasionally. He's a pretty isolated individual.
I mean, occasionally I'm sure he does, but I haven't been able to find any main contacts for him. People that he always talks to or always trusts.
Okay.
He's really more of a solo operator with his little group of thugs.
How many does he normally take to the bar with him?
He only has 3. Him and those 3 go pretty much everywhere together.
Let's just poison them all.
3 bodyguards.
The ones who save the one who like make their Constitution saving throws, we just fucking stab. Like, what are the odds all 3 of them survive a poison? Or all 4? Or
We don't know
what we also do,
until we roll the
we
dice.
poison them and then fucking just leave before it kicks in. And we go back to his like house and we wait for the survivors to return.
Stab them. Ah!
Or like watch his house and then we try the next day from the killed house. I think we should watch him today. Just watch. We can detect magic and then walk past his house after he goes inside to see if there's any wards.
I like that.
Remind me that every time you fucking lockpick something, I have mending on a fucking cantrip. I can fix every lock that we like break / hamper, so that they can't tell that we lockpicked it. Like that stupid fucking serial killer did with the lock. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like remind me and I'll mend everything. There's no reason not to.
as you two mind link about this, Zaldish is just like, wait. he seems fine with it. He's like,
Yeah. He knows we're
staring
planning.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing his own calculations and
Assessments.
Cool. Do you have any more questions for Zolnish?
Is there anything uniquely quirky about this guy?
Halden.
Aside from his drinking and his womanizing and his isolation and his 3 bodyguards that he's trained to be
I wouldn't call that
kind of
quirky.
like
His buddies.
thugs.
Yeah. No, nothing uniquely quirky about him. Pretty much everything I've told you. This is as much information as I've been able to gather between a few attempts at this.
What was the last thing that you gained from the first person you sent to do this?
The last thing I gained was the location of his house.
Oh,
Got that from my good
Do you know how
subordinate.
he planned on killing him?
Name.
What?
Do you know how your first guy, who's now missing, planned on killing him?
Krot. He's a sneaky type, similar to your little friend here. I believe he was just planning on slitting his throat somehow. I'm not really sure on the details. I gave him free rein to do what he wanted. And he took advantage of that.
Will you do
Or
us
he
a
might do
favor, unrelated to this?
Yes.
Will you just
Me
tell
Zaldish or me Dia?
Zaldish.
Oh, yes.
Will you just tell all of your couriers to not like go out of their way by any means, but if they just happen to see an elf woman with green cloak with red trim
And
Right.
silver hair, I think?
and silver hair, to note her whereabouts, and if they're not busy, maybe just like follow her for a little bit to like get an idea of where she is at different times, and then report back to you, because we're really trying to help find her for a friend of ours, and it's all like good, like for the betterment of the people kind of thing.
Intriguing. That seems fairly simple message to give. Who is this girl to you?
We hope, and we're not sure about. We don't know this is her, but we hope that she's just a sister of a really good friend of ours who's missing and possibly in trouble.
Quite a noble quest from two assassins.
Whoa.
I know. I'm equally as dark and dirty and everything.
Good and bad is a
Yes, I
spectrum.
can. He like writes down the description and like makes a little note. It says, "Yes, I can send this out to the rest of the couriers. Have them start just looking out in general."
Much appreciated.
Cool.
We'll get right on this.
That seems right. Like that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good thought.
Cool.
Well done.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope. Thank you for your time.
All right. And he moves, and, like unshimmers the door. Yeah. And you can hear the rest of the Merchants Guild coming back in. You didn't really notice at the time, but most of the sound coming into the room had just stopped.
What spell did you cast?
That's a trade secret.
Okay. All right then. Keep your secrets.
Perhaps I'll tell you
No worries.
if you can accomplish this job. I think you could use the spell in that case.
Cool.
That would be
Hopefully
part of
good.
your reward. Yeah.
Custom spells. Cool. What do you want to do? Do you want to go to the wild magic place?
Yeah, I'm also curious about that, but I want to go travel to that shop area and find out what the fuck we can
I
find.
think that they're going to be. I think that can be a combined trip.
It definitely can, since
Okay.
they're right next to each other.
Awesome. We're going to the magic slots.
Oh,
The magic slop sash. The magic shop
Slot
slash. The experimental magic zone area arena.
Look at the mix.
It's so far away. It's not on this one.
There's so far. No, don't throw that.
There's so many of them.
I know that's.
Experimental magic district, right? Okay. What's magic customs?
You asking Zeldish?
Oh, fine,
Yes.
sure. You are Zaldash. No, like whenever I'm just asking like the DM,
Okay.
I imagine just asking Zaldash.
Yeah. Magical customs is since there's a customs house towards the middle of the city that handles most of the goods coming in from
Is
the
that
caravan.
Western customs?
Yes,
Okay.
that's Western Customs. Handles everything from the caravan, and Magical Customs is specifically so that there's a lot of shipments that get sent all the way up from the College of Voster coming down to Erelon, and it was faster to just have a small area that dealt with specifically magical items.
Got it. That makes
Customs.
sense. Okay. I thought that said
It's
dark
a
market.
shop that all magic items come into the city through.
Yes, and leave most magic items. Yeah.
Oh no.
Majority,
I thought this said dark market. It says dock market.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no. I was like, this is huge. How would people know? If a dark market takes up a quarter of the area, it's not a dark market anymore. It's a regular market, and the whole city's corrupt.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Okay, so the houses are the shops we're looking for in the commercial magic district, or in the area, or is the area? Does the area have a commercial magic district and the experimental magic district in it?
Yes.
Okay.
So
the area is the umbrella term for the northern quadrant.
right, and it's very specifically like the hill that dominates the northern view
Oh,
of the
okay.
city. It's
Okay.
the area, and at the center of the area is the Mages Council. But yeah,
Got it.
within that is the experimental magic district to the west, and then the commercial magic district. It's just north of Central and west of the Noble Quarter.
He put
Big magic
almost as big letters as Kilmala, and italics and bold, steel and underline and boxed around
Tried
it.
to make it bigger, but it just
Steal
didn't.
everything from the magic house. Our goals are so different. It's like, I want to start a distillery in the Razor March, and you're like, I want to steal everything and murder Mala. I also want to murder Mala. I'm not mincing any words. Fuck that guy. Fuck Mala.
I really like magic items. I'm gonna be a collector.
You're gonna have a lot of fun. Oh man. Oh my god.
So you want to go to the commercial magic district first?
I don't particularly care what the order is. I'm not really sure what the goal in the experimental magic district is, other than just sightseeing. But
See if the sisters are practicing.
sure,
What time is it?
it's just past dawn, right? Like we've just been hanging out talking to Mala for a while.
Yeah.
Finish.
Like you had breakfast and then 9:30, 10.
It's Sean Connery's favorite sport. It's tennis. Tennis.
Excuse me. Would you like to play some tennis?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's still early in the day.
I would like to, as we leave the office, stop the first random person running around the merchant guild and say, "Hi, how you doing? What's your name?"
Arian,
Hi.
what do you need from me, small child?
"Hi, Arian. We're going on an adventure. Can you tell us how long it'll take to get to the commercial magic
Adventure,
district
Arian.
and the experimental magic district?"
Oh, experimental magic district. Maybe 45 minutes straight walk to just the very edge. You'll be going uphill a little bit, but commercial magic maybe hour and 15 just to get all the way over there. If you just a regular walking pace.
What about from the commercial magic district to the experimental magic?
Oh, that's maybe 20. From they all basically overlap. Like if you just walk
Okay.
between the Aurelian Road,
Right.
like you can just walk from one to the other, you just bounce across the sides
Okay.
to the very borders.
Fantastic.
What business does a small child and a man with a big silver thing have in these areas?
So, like, based on your reaction, we seem weird and strange to you?
It's strange that you'd be asking about these things while you're down here in the Merchants Guild.
But we don't
I think
seem
you'd
like
be here.
strange people.
You definitely seem moderately odd.
Right. And we're asking about the weird place full of magic?
I guess that
Does that answer
weird,
your
weird
question?
begins weird. It must.
Yeah, you know, just going on an adventure. One last question.
Yes.
What's your opinion on Relahar?
Relafar. Seems like a. I mean, I can't really bad mouth it for fear of the Dawnguard hearing and getting a little mad at me, but I have no qualms with the religion itself.
Oh.
Seems a little violent for my taste, but
Oh, we didn't ask him.
Wonderful. And what's your relationship with Razor Wine? Yeah, we'll do that next time.
Okay.
razor wine's quite delicious.
Fantastic. I'd like to slap his hip and walk away.
Are you his guardian?
He's my guardian.
Fair enough.
Slap his ass and walk away.
I say, good day.
How's it going, Captain Jack Harkness?
Captain. You look like Captain. He just walks away and muttering to himself, what could possibly do?
I would like to start towards the experimental magic
Yeah, let's
district.
do it.
Got it.
We'll be there before experimental magic. We're gonna.
Half the travel time
True. Okay.
gets us somewhere. And then we can just cut straight.
It's-
Yeah, because coming back, we don't care how long it takes. We
Right.
want to get there in time.
It's not exactly half, because you're basically, instead of going, you're going like almost straight up,
Right.
whereas commercials like,
Right. We'd have to.
I'm just saying, like, as
Yeah.
far as efficiency of things, the travel
Yeah,
time.
we'd rather
doesn't
spend
matter, so-
the longer time coming back than the longer time getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we want the hypotenuse of our travel to be the return trip.
understandable. Cool.
Stay in school, kids.
You walk out of the merchant's...
D&D, the
Ooh.
only time
Yeah.
really matters.
Inflection on that.
Let's do like,
Stay in school, comma, kids.
you and your pedophile jokes.
Today was a weird day.
Oh boy. We're getting banned from Twitch. That's what the bot in the chat is for. Just listening for that. That's banned.
This is the same time like hacking all the computers in the room to like check our files for stuff.
It's not mine.
The one named Jake's laptop is Greg's.
Mm.
Ooh. That's like a good thing. That'd be like clever.
Yeah.
You know, to name your own laptop like Steve's laptop.
Yeah. Technically, you like can't prove that you sent an email because someone else could have just sent the email from your computer from
Yeah.
your email address.
Oh yeah. It's
So
like
someone's
it's
like,
like
you could- Yeah.
It's like getting the picture taken driving speeding.
Yep.
When you're wearing like sunglasses and a face mask, it's like you can't prove that's me. Anyone could have been driving that car. Anyone could have been using my laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's weird because that means that like not having a password on your laptop is better in theory in some ways. Because if you have a password on your laptop, it's going to be a lot harder to prove someone else sent the email.
True. You could. I mean, but people's emails get hacked all the time.
Sure.
So. It's bad.
Interesting.
Weird.
What the fuck are you doing with
Weird.
your email, bud?
Weird. Nothing. So you exit the Merchant's Guild. This is for the third time. You've gone like back in and out, and you.
I have some questions for Zoldish. Yeah.
As you make your way to the experimental magic order, which route do you want to take? Like how is there any area
Map
you want to
me.
walk through specifically?
Can we
Central. That's going to be your best.
can we go along the road we saw the girl walking on?
The current's passage
No.
is
No,
towards the
no,
middle of the
yeah.
city.
Never mind.
Yeah. You'd be going closer to the commercial magic district.
Got it.
I would like to make our way near the Dawn Guard secondary barracks.
That makes sense.
Want to stop in and ask about their history?
We can if you have questions. I don't.
I just want to know how they're like, how the guy who like became their god, like about his past.
Cool.
Because that has to go to the stick.
True.
That might kill everybody in like 4 days.
9 days, but yeah.
Oh wow.
6 days till it starts. 3-day festival.
Right. Oh. Okay. It's like what 9? It's going up. They're postponing it. How happy.
So you make your way northward through the dock market.
Northwood.
And you see a few of the same vendors you saw before. Mostly people selling like fish, crude goods, nothing very fancy, just like easy stuff. And again, you see the people in like all white, mostly getting ingredients.
Oh, the chef fuel. Yeah, I love those people.
Yeah, the chefs.
My people.
Where are the chefs? And you
So tired.
make your way to the Dawn Guard secondary barracks, and as you get closer and closer to that area, you'll actually start to see a few smaller patrols of the Dawn Guard, walking through the dock market, patrolling the dock works. All of them are equipped in, at the very least, half plate armor, if not plate armor, with like big great swords or great hammers, and they seem to be walking quite easily.
Kidding me with that plate armor, bud?
You can try and fight the.
No. Just Letterkenny references. That's all I want.
When did I have plate armor?
Are you kidding me with that turtleneck, bud?
Oh, wait. I thought you said, "Are you gonna give me that plate
No.
armor?"
I said, are you kidding me with that? You kidding me with that plate armor, bud?
There's a lot of heat in the
There's a lot
body.
of heat in the entire fucking body, and
Yeah.
metal insulates weirdly well.
They don't wear helmets, like when they're walking around. They actually
Right.
have their helmets like tucked under their arms.
So they have helmets.
Yeah, they're just not
Okay.
wearing them,
Right.
so they can
makes
like
sense.
see the people.
Yeah, and like,
Um,
do they chat with the people ever?
They'll
Like,
chat-
are they personable?
Make a perception check to see what the Dawn Guard do.
Down, we haven't rolled any fucking dice yet this game.
Yep.
Today.
Oh, exposition.
That's fine. There's not enough. E 17.
Nice.
Wow.
18. Yeah, so you notice that not only do the Dawn Guard talk to like a decent amount of the people, they'll also actually buy a few things occasionally from some of the merchants. Never anything like big, maybe like a quick piece of food from one of them.
Right.
But like they're personable to some degree with the people. If a merchant is approached by at least one Dawn Guard, they'll be approached by others. Like as you walk, you'll see that they'll actually be talked to, and some merchants get approached by no Dawn Guard. So they definitely have their favorites.
How does the flow of people, like traffic, change around the Dawn Guards?
Always diverts around them. Wherever they are, the
How
people
wide?
move. It depends on the actual Dawn Guard, but it's always at least like an arm's width away.
Right. So they get out of their way, but they don't cross the other side of the street.
Right,
Okay.
right. No one's like, oh my god. But maybe some of the more like scary looking ones with like bigger facial scars. Yes, they are humans.
Right.
Varying levels of like tan, as most people are down here in the Cherokee. It's like somewhat white to moderately tan. Yeah.
It's fine. It's just,
We're not going.
it was just an off-color joke. That's like the right term to use for that
Yeah,
kind
it
of
is.
joke. How
It's
ridiculous!
just-
How horrible is that? That's such a weird. That's weird.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like I almost say off kilter.
But off kilter
It's
means,
more physical, yeah.
or like if it was just like weird or like mentally hard to get,
Huh.
would be off
Yeah.
kilter.
Well, let's think of a new phrase.
Offensive. Racist.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are actual, like, different races in D&D.
Yeah.
People are racist.
Yeah.
That's why he was out in disguise.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally, the Dawnguard don't seem, like, angry or aggressive towards most of the people. Like, they seem like they're mostly just doing their job, and they're standing very straight and orderly as they do it, as they march around.
Okay.
As you get closer and closer, you'll see an increased number of patrols all the way up to the Dawnguard barracks. You'll see like a decent amount of Dawnguard coming in and out of the building. It's moderately ornate. It's definitely nicer than any of the buildings you saw in the slums. But it's nothing super fancy. It's very like structurally efficient and like made for order, like keeping things contained and tight.
I kind of like. Is there any like member of the Dawn Guard who looks like really like happy and cheerful and like upbeat?
Yes. Yeah, you do see of the as you scan the crowds of the Dawn Guard, you can focus in on one that seems especially just like happy and is very young, just like kind of smiling most of the time. Like, oh, that's nice. I'm having a good time.
Can I
Woo."
approach him?
Sure. He will turn to you and go, "Hello, how's it going?"
I'm good. How are you?
I'm quite good. It's a beautiful day. It's always beautiful.
That it is. Listen.
Praise Relicar.
Yeah. Listen. Hey, listen. My boy here.
Ah, hello, young lad. And he reaches down to pat your head.
Back up a little bit.
Oh,
Shy
He's
guy.
Feisty one.
he's really shy. He's not fat. He's just really shy. But he loves the Dawn Guard. He wants to be in the Dawn Guard when he grows up. He's just like the biggest fan of you guys.
I stare
Ah.
at shoes.
But it's pretty hard to find like more information than just like the common knowledge, and he's just like has so many questions. And I was just wondering if you could like answer questions about like
I'd be more than happy
you know
to.
like what it's like to be in the Dawn Guard.
Spread the word of Relicar.
Yeah,
the good
what,
work that the Dawn
you know,
Guard
what's your
does.
favorite part about Relicar?
Oh, I believe that the best part of Relicar is really the light that he brings to all of his followers. The light that fills your soul and your heart.
And is it true he used to be like a man just like us?
Yes, he was a valiant warrior. He fought the evil Tulvorin in the west.
Who
Eradicated the evil.
Who was Tolvarin?
Tulvorin was a monstrous creature, a whole group, a cult of evil things. And Tulvorin was their leader. Also, used to be a man was corrupted by dark magic.
Did he become like a demon? Or like
What's a demon?
like an elemental?
Yes, he became a monstrosity.
Cool. How did he defeat him?
Ah, with his flaming sword filled with pure light and radiance, he cleft Tulvorin in two and cleaved Tulvorin. He smashed through him. What these? Yes. Clove Tulvorin in two and banished the darkness from the west.
Wow. Is that that's his like crowning achievement?
Yes. After that, he helped found the Dawn Guard and ascended to godhood when he died. And
How
his power
long,
flows through all of us.
how long into this city, like this like kingdom existing, did this happen?
Oh, about 100 years from what we would call the founding of the city of Erelon. Like, gestures around. He's like, huh? Look at this.
So about like 900 years ago.
11.
Yes, actually, it would be almost exactly 900 years.
Huh.
It's this festival. I mean, we weren't founded on the same exact day, but the festival, it does coincide with the 900th year
Right.
of the Dawn Guard.
Do you know how the city was founded?
Yes. Well, not as
know
well
it's
as I
before-
know.
I know
everything
it's
about
before
our.
the Dawn Guard, but since it
Yes.
is the city you defend, I assumed you also knew about
Mm.
the history of it. You know.
Yes. Well, I know that the first High Counselor and the original Patriarch of the Aurelian dynasty were good friends, and they worked together to drive off the roaming herds of giant hyenas that roamed these plains far, far in the past.
Right.
And they established the Eyrie first on the top of the hill that eventually became the Mages Council, and their influence spread, and they were able to propagate and start farming and developing the city.
A laugh riot of hyenas.
Patriarch of who?
The Aurelian dynasty,
Really?
the Aurelia family. I believe their names. The counselor was Aaron Lustros. Yes, Lustros. And then the Aurelian. Ultine Aurelia. Yes. I believe that was him.
I have a question about the Eyrie, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Why is it called the Eyrie?
Well, I'm not really sure. It's just the name it was given. I assume it relates to the actual last name of the Aurelian family,
Okay.
combined with Aaron, the first High Counselor. They actually became good friends because their last and first names were fairly similar.
Right.
What
Alright.
else would you like to know about the Dawn Guard? About Relachar?
Do you have any
The
questions?
Guiding Light?
Boy?
What's it feel like to stab a heretic in the heart?
Oh my god. Sorry.
Well, I
yeah.
haven't done much stabbing myself, young one, but I'm sure it'll be the greatest feeling. Relachar is, after all, a god of not just light, but vengeance. Vengeance against evil.
How do you get a scar?
His scar was actually acquired in the battle against Tovorin before he was able to cleave him in two. He achieved that sickle scar across his face, which many of our high Relars are actually will receive a small scar as well.
That's fucked
And
up.
so I think that's wonderful. It brings them
Do-
closer to the god.
Did he have any kind of like sealing magic?
I don't believe so.
Because he was a paladin, right?
Yes, he was more focused on smiting the evil.
Right.
Destroy
A holy fighter.
Yes, a holy thing.
Who did he worship?
He didn't really worship anyone. His holy light came from his own morals and his divine justice. That he
Showed
felt.
himself off to a god. What a fucking asshole.
He was just born
Look at this
to be
fucking
divine.
Degens.
Oh, no. Stop. Okay, good. Gee willikers, thanks, mister.
Someday you'll be a Dawn Guard just like me, kid.
I hope so. I'm
Got a good boy.
super lanky, but I'll be there someday, maybe.
Can you multi-attack?
Me? I'm working on that right now. Just a little bit new to the Dawn Guard, mind you.
Got it.
But most of the older recruits, or older Dawn Guard, can attack very quickly.
Is there like a ranking system? Like do you get like medals or ranking like on your armor to dictate how strong you are?
Well, we try to keep most of us around the same rank. We like to feel like we're all one
Right.
in the organization. But of course, the High Relar is our leader, and he will normally appoint maybe a few captains to help him out in just managing all of the Dawn Guard.
Right.
And then we have people that are guided by Relachar, but perhaps aren't inclined to the fighting, the purging of evil, and help us with some of the more day-to-day things. You know, the coins of the Dawn Guard.
The coins of the Dawn Guard?
Yes.
That's the name of them?
Yes, that's the department within the Dawn Guard, and led by Sarvel. Lovely person. She's a bit cold, though, but she's nice enough.
So's Piotr.
Ah, interesting. I'm a bit of a metal man myself, and he pats his armor.
Is the fact that you wear full plate or half plate just based off personal preference?
Yes, well, some of us like a little bit more mobility and
Right.
are a little faster, but
Same with weapons and the supplies you use is all
He's-
based on how you
he's
feel.
wearing half plate because like I like to have a little bit more moving around space. Yeah.
We're two wild and crazy guys.
Hey! What else would you like to know? I mean, I could just keep talking your ears off about how amazing Relachar is and how much good the Dawn Guard does for the world. I personally did my expedition in the Velasire. Beautiful up there. Love forests.
What was that like?
Oh, I had never. Well, I guess I'd seen a few elves around the city, but I'd never really seen so many elves, and they're very majestic, very smooth. And I was actually
Wow.
inspired by their movements to really try and make my own fighting style a little more fluid, as much as I could.
What did you have to deal with up there?
Most of what we encountered up there were just forest creatures. You know, large boars, bears, decent amount of wolf packs. Fairly easy to deal with if I do say so myself.
Full flex.
Wolf packs. Yeah, I'm sure you'll get assigned to the College of Voster. I've heard that's one of the most impressive of the expeditions to get.
Oh, goodness me. I sure hope so, mister. Thank you for your time.
Well done, little boy and his father. Blessings on you both.
And on you.
And your spirit. And he walks away back towards the Dawn Guard barracks.
Onward.
Onward and upward.
Onward and northward, aka upward. I always liked going south. Feels like going downhill.
Let me see. Okay. Okay, Dawn Guard secondary barracks. Interesting. So you're like a little, actually little.
Yeah, we're a little bit in.
Okay. So, as you go north, you're actually out of the dock market now. You're in more of a residential district, and the layout is fairly similar to what you saw in the servant's sanctum, but the apartments are generally nicer. The streets are cleaner. You see like children with modest clothing, but nothing tattered, like running around, and men and women walking.
Fireballs.
They seem moderately happy, like they're all talking with each other, having a good time. Let's see. What is this? Oh, I erased that. Okay, cool. Yeah, so if you just continue straight from there to the experimental magic district, you're really just going to be passing through a residential area. You will hit the Avenue of the Carrind, which is a very large street similar to the Currents Passage. It's more well kept, and you see a lot more like sailing folk and fish being sent in carts down the avenue. Again, it has large sewers on either side, but these actually have like covers for them.
Classic.
So like you can only, if you look in, you'll be like, okay, it's a sewer. But they're not just like open and festering like they were in the southern slums. As you pass over the avenue, managing to dodge a few carts as they barrel past you, you make your way further north, and the people in this area of Central still kind of middle class residential, but they seem to be wearing a lot more glassware on their eyes. They seem to be carrying
Nerds.
Yeah, it seemed like the shops around are normally just like small food places or like minor goods. We actually start seeing a few more like book stalls as you pass, and you can see the area looming in front of you. It's like a massive hill, and all of the buildings on it, and you're actually like much closer now. And as you reach the foot of the hill and you look up, you start walking up the incline, you can see like weird flashes and shimmers and hear strange sounds coming from the area that you've just entered. It's 9:30. This would be a great place to just like, and then we start in the experimental magic district.
I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's going to be another.
There's a ton of stuff that goes on
Yeah,
there.
there's
Yeah.
going to be another stall at different times, so I'm comfortable with that.
Beautiful.
So yeah, you've made it to the experimental magic district. Woo! And learn more about the Don Garden.
Yeah, we learned a lot. There's a lot of information. There's good stuff. Yeah.